Mobile is a scanning app that was developed by the National Federation of the Blind in partnership with KNFB Reading Technology. It's one of the most powerful scanning apps on the market and currently works on all Apple devices capable of running iOS 8. Unlike Prismo and other popular OCR solutions, the KNFB reader processes information very quickly and accurately. There is currently not an Android version available, but it is in the works. This app is one of the most revolutionary apps that has been published to the App Store to date. When you first open the app, you're going to be presented with a home screen with several different buttons. The File Explorer button allows you to keep any scanned images that you've decided that you need.
Settings button.
Settings allows you to adjust many different aspects of the app, including whether the flashlight is always on or whether the app will automatically start reading after you've taken a picture.
Camera flash is on button.
This button allows for you to control whether or not your camera's flash is on, and in some cases when you have really bright light, it can be beneficial to turn the flash off so that you get a better picture.
Tilt guidance switch button on.
The tilt guidance offers you vibration feedback through your phone when your phone is not parallel with the page that you want to take a picture of. It offers this feedback so that you can take the best picture possible and so that you can get used to taking pictures very quickly.
Take picture. Field of view. Take tilt guide. Take picture button.
The Take Picture button is pretty self-explanatory. We'll get to that in a minute.
Field of view report button.
The Field of View report, which I'll explain in more detail in a moment, allows for you to get feedback on how you've positioned your image. It'll tell you how your phone is tilted and whether or not parts of the image are in focus.
Batch mode is off button.
This button allows for you to take multiple pictures at a time to be collected into one document so that you have, for example, all of the pages of a textbook in one file so that you can access them all at once.
OCR language button.
The KNFB reader supports 13 different languages, and this button allows you to switch between them.
Document type button.
You can use this button to tell KNFB reader whether you have a single or multi-column document, which will allow for more fluid reading once the scan is complete.
Select profile button.
If you would like, you can choose to have the reader take a picture of the document when it feels it's in focus, or you can manually take the picture. The manual picture is set by default. The first thing I want to talk about is how to take a good picture. This procedure applies to any document that you can find, or anything really that you want to take a picture of. The first thing you want to do is lay your phone flat in the middle of the page. Make sure that it's as centered as you can possibly make it, but you want to center not the phone itself, but the camera lens. So I've got it about centered now, and I'm going to lift up the phone to where I can rest my elbows comfortably on the table and the phone is comfortably in my hands. Now, the next thing I wanted to do is to take a field of view report. This is going to allow me to see how good my potential picture is.
Field of view report.
All 4 edges are visible, rotated 0 degrees clockwise.
That is exactly what you want to hear from the reader. It gave me a couple of pieces of information here. It told me that all 4 edges of the page are visible and that my phone is not tilted at all. In some cases, if you don't have all 4 edges visible, the phone will say, for example,
Field of view report.
Top right bottom edges are visible, rotated 2 degrees counterclockwise.
That tells me that the left edge is not quite in focus with the camera and that my phone is tilted just a little bit. So if I make minor adjustments for that tilt and to try and bring that left edge into focus, I'll go ahead and take another field of view report.
Field of view.
All 4 edges are visible, rotated 2 degrees clockwise.
Make a little bit more of an adjustment for the tilt. And now we're ready to take a picture. This is fairly easy. You can just find the Take Picture button located on the left side of your phone toward the middle of the screen. I'll double tap that now.
Take picture. Pause button.
TSN and GMGUUR Animals to the Zoo. November 2014. Bringing Our Animals to the Zoo. By Marian Guastalla. From the editor, Marian Guastalla is the president of the National Association of Guide Dog Users and has played a significant role in increasing the membership of the division and strengthening the ties between it and other work that occurs in the Federation. Here is what he has to say about recent negotiations on behalf of guide dog users who wish to visit a zoo accompanied by their guide dogs. Page. On Wednesday, August 6, 2014, Mary Shaw, Vice President of the Florida Association of Guide Dog Users, and I met with the executive management team.
As you can see, the processing time for that image, which is a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, took only a few seconds. The app will, in some cases, compensate for a poor picture. The next thing I want to show you is batch mode. This article is 4 pages long, and I'm going to go ahead and turn batch mode on.
Batch mode is off. Button. Process multi-page document.
Now the button title is changed to Process Multi-Page Document. When I'm done taking all 4 of my pictures, I'm going to go over to this button again, double tap it, and you will see just how quickly the reader will recognize 4 pages of text. I'll go ahead and start taking the pictures now.
Take picture button. Take picture.
There's the first page.
Take picture. Take picture. Take picture button. Take picture.
There's page 3.
Take picture.
Alright, now I am done. And I'm going to go ahead and find the Process Multi-Page Document button.
Field of Process multi-page document button.
Analyzing 4 pages. Please wait.
Watch how fast this is.
1 done.
Here.
2 done. 3 done. Last page done.
KNFB reader.
Bringing Our Animals to the Zoo Braille Monitor. Back. Contents. Next November 2014. Bringing Our...
Now, we've heard all of this before, but there are some things that I want to show you here. The first is navigation. You can
Due to the unique previous page button.
navigate by pages, so if I double tap on
Next page
the
button.
next page button,
Next page.
Going to acknowledge the support and encouragement of Steve Olson, Vice President of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and Mark...
and you can keep going. You can also navigate by sentence.
Pew's willingness to leave. Next sentence. It was very, next sentence button.
It is to Mr. Olson's suggestion after attending
again?
the 2013 annual meeting embarking upon this project. Mr. Treeclaff also attended this meeting,
There are some other things that you can do if you decide that your scan needs them.
Back button. Settings. Page 2 of 4. View image associated with document. Add view image
You can
associated.
view the image that was associated with the document if you have some vision and need to see the picture that you took.
Add page to document. Button.
You can add more pages to this document.
Change text recognition. Button.
You can change the text recognition. You can reprocess the scan if you feel that it for some reason just didn't do a very good job. Or you can change the page from single to multi-column or vice versa.
Save document. Button.
You can save the document in your library, and this you can give it its own name so that you know for future what this document was, and you're not just filtering through dates to find the document you want.
1 to acknowledge the support. 4 or 5 bars.
You can also change the language of the document
Document language. Speed. Button.
and the speed at which the text is read to you.
Back button.
There are some
File Explorer. Button.
unique things that you can scan with the reader, and this box in front of me is one of them. Not only is the reader capable of scanning documents, but you can also use it around the house to get an idea of what is in a medicine bottle, or, in my case, what tonight's dinner may be. I'm going to go ahead and take a field of view report on this box because it's much smaller than the piece of paper. We'll see if this makes it any better.
Pause button.
Complete aisle kit. Inside this box, style kits, creamy chicken biscuits, 1 kit hearty vegetable and white meat chicken stew, 1 pouch biscuit mix. For food safety, ovens may vary. Adjust cooking times as needed on towel if ? RD it must be done cooked thoroughly. Read and follow these cooking directions. Refrigerate.
So, now I can read instructions on any number of things. You can also use the reader on round things. One picture will not capture all of the information, so you're going to want to go ahead and take multiple pictures if you want to capture all the information. But I will start directly across from the seam on the back of this container of Clorox wipes. That way I know, once I've spun the container completely around, how much information I've gotten.
Take picture. Pause button.
Disinfecting wipes. Kills cold and flu viruses.
Pause.
Comma disinfects household, kitchen, and bathroom bacteria. FT kills 99.9% of bacteria in 30 seconds.
If you're a student like I am, you have textbooks, and sometimes if you go to get a book from the library, or you just want to know what some particular page in a textbook says, you're going to need to scan it. Now, with the KNFB reader, that can be easily done. I have flipped to a random page in this textbook. I don't even know what this page says. So the technique I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and turn batch mode on.
Process multi-page document. Take picture button.
And position my phone directly over the left-facing page. And go ahead and center my camera and take a picture.
Take picture.
I'm going to do the same with the right page.
Take picture.
And I will flip the page and do it once more. On the left.
Take picture.
And on the right.
Take picture.
And I'll go ahead
Field of
and
process multi-page document button.
tell it to process the document.
Analyzing 4 pages. Please wait.
KNFB reader.
Let's see
Back
how
button.
well it did.
Reptiles and amphibians are polyploids derived from diploid ancestors. The reason why polyploidy is not usually tolerated in animals is not understood. Adaptation to local environments in some cases. Populations that occupy different local environments, which are continuous with each other, may diverge into different species. An early example.
Settings. Pause. Play.
So, there you have it. Now, I'm going to show you a very unique feature of the KNFB reader. We all know about those pesky image PDFs that we receive on websites, in emails, in our classes. And it's nearly impossible to read them. Not anymore. I have a web page loaded in Safari
Running.
with an image PDF in it.
Open and object replacement character. Object replacement character.
As you can see, my phone only reads object replacement character. Now, if I want
Object replacement.
this to be turned into text,
Open in ellipsis.
I'm going to double tap the open in button
Alert. Enable airdrop. Open in Adobe Reader. Open
and
in KNFB
find
Reader.
open in KNFB reader. Double tap it
KNFB
and
Reader.
we will
Back
be
button.
transported to the reader. I'm going to go back to the home screen.
File Explorer. Imports available. Button.
Now, as you see, my File Explorer button says that I have imports available. If I double tap this,
Name. Sample scan 2. Contain 2 pages. Imported. 11/20/2014.
This is the one I want.
10/3.
I double tap,
Extracting images.
Recognize imported PDF. Back button. Recognize imported PDF. Heading. Recognize PDF button.
And then I double tap the Recognize PDF button.
Analyzing 2 pages. Please wait. 1 done.
One.
Last page done.
Very
KNFB
quick.
reader.
Open the file you want to capture and choose Document Paper Capture. Start capture. Specify the pages to be captured. Under Settings, click the Edit button if you want to change the primary optical character recognition (OCR) language. The PDF
Pause. Play.
This is no longer an unreadable document, and I tell you, this is one of the most exciting features of the reader. I've seen people scan bus passes, business cards, receipts, other small things that you wouldn't think would need to be scanned. It's increased my independence dramatically. No longer do I need to call someone on Skype and ask them what's in this random box that I just pulled out of my pantry. No longer do I need to have someone go through my mail for me. I can do it myself. The one-word description that I always give this app is awesome.
The KNFB Reader is brought to you by the National Federation of the Blind in partnership with KNFB Reading Technologies. This video was recorded by Aleeha Dudley and edited and mastered by Christopher O'Mealy.